See what army don't do us, you know what better for them. Army don't sell us finish. See where they attack us, they ambush us. Army no go better for them. No go better for them at all. See the way army suffer us. Army suffer us. It cannot better for them. It cannot better for army. Army don't suffer us finish. About the army don't suffer us. Army don't suffer us. Army don't suffer us. After they don't finish us, army they send jet. They send jet. When they don't finish us, when the army don't finish us, they send jet. When army don't finish us, we cannot stand.
Fellow Nigerians, greetings to you all for wherever you are joining us from. Yes, the title of my broadcast today is Nigeria's end is near. And it's been very difficult for me to get to this conclusion, but a lot of things already point to the fact that the times we are in right now is a time to take action. But while you have seen that, you know, what you are seeing, it's a video that is making the round. And of course, there are a few other videos like that I've seen, but I only took this one, where it appears that Nigerian soldiers were ambushed by terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, and all of that. But I'm going to lay a framework for all of these so that we understand what this program is about. And if you are there, please do us a little favor. If you can share. Because it is time we start calling a spade a spade. What we are wallowing in right now, I have a few information I need to share. And I'm going to stay on this matter for a long, long time. Stay with us. I'm going to show us a few more videos. But let's go over this again so that we start making sense of it all. I'm trying to prepare a background for this program. It's not going to be too long, okay? You're talking sharp, we understand. But this subject matter, now waiting, we need to start to dwell on right now because you don't reach everybody here. Take a look. Just take
better for army. Oh. It cannot better for army. This is where army don't do us, you know what better for them. Army don't sell us finish. See where they attack us, they ambush us. Army no go better for them. No go better for them at all. See the way army suffer us. Army suffer us. It cannot better for them. It cannot better for army. Army don't suffer us finish. About the army don't suffer us. Army don't suffer us. Army don't suffer us. After they don't finish us, army they send jet. They send jet. When they don't finish us, when the army don't finish us, they send jet. When army don't finish us, we cannot stand.
That's one video. One I just listen, watch another one because the framework of the insecurity within Nigeria, that we need to.
Demo. See cow. See cow. They go small. Oh boy, see cow. This is Sapler Road here. See cow. Cow is Sapler Road. Jesus Christ, look at that. They block the street. Look at cow. See cow. Jesus, see cow. See enough cow. This is Sapler Road for you. 1 o'clock in the morning. See cow. See enough cow. Wow.
This video one of the seesaw, this is the heart of Benin City, Edo State, right? As reported, Sapler Road, the heart of Benin City, Edo State. And these are cows where they move around. The reason why they play this video, I will join all of it together, make you understand. Okay. But this one now, I want to play another video. Because that one I can't expand on. Wait till they make me just conclude now. I have been a very strong patriot, of Nigeria. I have always been an advocate of a better Nigeria, of a more united Nigeria, of a more prosperous Nigeria. That has been my advocacy. You understand? But increasingly, it shows say that advocacy now waste of time because we are not all not on the same page on that advocacy. And it is increasingly showing that there is a grand plan to infiltrate the entire Nigeria, okay, by a certain race. You understand? At the end of the day, they will blow the whistle, they will consume everybody to take over the land will belong to the people because they believe say that they own the land. But it is good we share some of this background, create a clear perspective around what is happening and what we have to expect. On this note, I want to play a video of a governor, a northern governor, and what he had to say. And of course, there are so many other northerners that have been speaking to this subject, as it were.
Hey, yeah. Of course, we will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If
the
I
world.
understand, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project, and it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation?
Okay. The man you have just listened to is the governor of, I think, Bauchi State, and who has come out now to subtly let us know that it is inevitable for the Fulanis to occupy Nigeria. That's what they have just come out to say. Now, I have come to the conclusion that Nigeria, as presently constituted, cannot exist beyond a certain period of time. Because right now, the excesses of this country against the people who are supposed to be Nigerians, is getting to the limits. As we speak, there is genocide taking place in Plateau State. As we speak. And it is being perpetuated, as hugely and largely alleged, by Fulani headers. Just recently, we have had issues that is, as a matter of fact, still brewing. People are on the edge of their seats as far as Edo State is concerned, because in Uromi, for months and months and months, there have been outcry against the SSCs of Fulani herdsmen, terrorist Fulani herdsmen. They have killed people along the axis of Uromi, Ekboma, Ojeme, all of those regions. As a matter of fact, when you come to, Edo South, okay, you go to Ovia Northeast local government, Ovia Southwest, Orion, every of those areas, if as a matter of fact, you don't even see a lot of the reports anymore. Our farmers no longer go to farm. As a matter of fact, as we speak, it is largely touted that serious hunger is going to, begin shortly, because the farmers are not afraid to go to their farms because they will be killed. We have seen footages of, farm produce being destroyed deliberately to feed cows. Now, when you look at the entire security framework of Nigeria as it stands today, the only thing that appears to be the challenge, the only challenge, basically, that everybody talks about every day, is the challenge of Fulani herdsmen, the challenge of Boko Haram, and all of that. Just recently, you have a president who declared state of emergency, in River State because of political crisis. But before he even came on board, there have been crises of insecurity across Nigeria, and no part, even as we speak. Just a couple of days ago, over 50 human beings were slaughtered in Plateau State by Fulani herdsmen. Over 50. There is no state of emergency. It feels like there is nothing happening in this country. The people who are from that Plateau State, from Bassa, from all of those areas where they are doing the cleans right now, they are losing their lands, they are losing their own territory to people who are coming from wherever we don't know. And yet, the Bauchi State governor in this interview is telling us that Nigeria and Nigerians must accept the onslaught of Fulani herdsmen. That Nigerians must accept. He just confessed to it, that all the crises happening in Nigeria right now, okay, regarding Fulani herdsmen, that they are bound to continue, except we appeal to them to come and settle in our land. I just showed you a video right now. This is Edo State, where cows are roaming the streets of the heart of Benin City. The heart of Benin City. Now, what the Bauchi State governor is speaking to is that this is what we as a people have to coexist with. Otherwise, we will continue to die as we have been dying. Now, I want to go a bit into the foundation of who we are. Nigeria, as presently constituted, was amalgamated, as history tells us, in 1914. When the British came, okay, they governed Nigeria separately. They had the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate. For whatever reason it was, they joined these two protectorates together and called them Nigeria. I have sat down, I have looked at my own history. I am from Edo State. I am from Benin. Between Benin, the Delta State as presently constituted, even down to the western part of Nigeria, Lagos to Oyo to Ogun, in my own history, we have had some sort of relationship, whether it is frosty or friendly. They have been down to rivers, all of these certain lines. We have had a common heritage, more or less. We have had a common history of interaction and all of that. But I've checked my history. Nowhere is it recorded that we have a common, interactions with the Fulanis. So when the Bauchi State governor stated that The Fulanis have no boundaries. They can move from Chad to this to that to anywhere to Nigeria. As a matter of fact, like it is their own. He even claim that the Fulani man can claim to be from Bayelsa, from this, from that. That is a keg of gun, powder. That is a pyramid standing on its head and waiting to explode. It therefore means that the issue of Nigeria has come to a point where, different parts of Nigeria must now start taking decisions for themselves, because it appears very clearly that there's a grand plan in all of this. And that grand plan, according to
Of course, we'll
we don't own any part of Nigeria. Nigeria, as presently constituted, belongs to the Fulanis. They have a right to move from anywhere to anywhere. And it's clearly stated that if Fulanis in other parts of Africa, in Mali, in Chad, in this, they have a free right to come to Nigeria wherever they like, whenever they like. And they should be allowed access. All we need to do is to appeal, to negotiate with them. And we have seen what is happening. In Edo today, as we speak, the people of Uromi were frustrated. They've been crying. They've been dying. Nobody came to their aid. It has gone to the people here to the extent that some of them took laws into their hands and did something that the whole world has condemned and said, this is not right, it's condemnable. Now, while we speak about that, on what is right and what isn't right in that respect, the flip side of it is that nobody till today is addressing the issue that the Uromi people are facing. The same issue that Ekboma people are facing, that Ovia people are facing, that other people are facing, that every part of Nigeria, particularly the South, is currently facing. Nobody's addressing that. A few days ago, why that happened, the governor of Edo State went to Kanu to sue for peace. As a matter of fact, the Kanu government even stated that they will come to Edo State and let the governor know, what he's going to pay as damages or whatever it is, and all of that. And they came to Edo State within the last few days. The deputy governor of Kanu with a few other, people from the north, they came to see the government of Edo State, went to Uromi and all of that. And we are beginning to hear figures, from sources that I will not mention these figures because I cannot independently verify these figures, but huge figures that the government of Edo State is willing to pay in compensation. And the question I've asked is, has anybody addressed the women that have been made widows, the men that have been made, the young children that have been made fatherless and motherless? Has anybody addressed all of those issues? We have a lot of them running into thousands across Edo State. That is a question that we are going to, some of us are going to be posing. Now, that is on one side. The people that were gruesomely murdered by these irate young people in Uromi because they are frustrated, they have series of guns. Now, it is now becoming increasingly clear that while Nigerian Constitution has not made provision for anybody to freely carry a gun all around, somehow the government, the police, the what's it called, the security architecture is silent to the fact that there are some people called Fulani herdsmen who carry assorted weapons, AK-47. They even carry grenades and every other thing. It's not looking like constitutionally they have a right to do so, because the people that met, their untimely death in the hands of the irate youth of Uromi, they met their untimely death because they had guns in their numbers. And the story they gave was that they were coming from one end of Nigeria to come and hunt another end of Nigeria as a group. And the question is, who licensed the guns? Why were those guns being carried like that? Nobody's talking about that right now. I think what the political elites are talking about is how Edo State will compensate the Kano State government. Look, I am not opposed to the governor and government of Edo State trying to make peace and all of that. But what is biting me today in Edo State is that while we are making peace with the Northerners, we are refusing to make peace with ourselves. Because the last time I checked, the families in Ovia Northeast, in Ovia Southwest, in Nwode, that have lost brothers, fathers, uncles, sisters to this marauding herdsmen, nobody is compensating them. Nobody's even addressing their issue. As a matter of fact, people are unable to go to their farms. We are seeing destruction everywhere, all over. This is not just peculiar to Edo State, but being somebody from Edo State who feel the pain. I'm using Edo State as a case in point. Of course, the whole world right now, we are sat, we are listening, we are watching what is happening in Plateau State. While Nigeria is on fire in Plateau State, the president of this country went to France to go and cool off. As a matter of fact, when he was arriving in France, we have it on good information that the president of France was leaving France to go to another country, I think Morocco or so, for a state visit. It all shows that there is a conspiracy by those in government to ensure that what is happening in Nigeria continues to happen. And so when an authority like this, like the governor of Bauchi State, begin to tell us that the Fulani herders are not doing anything wrong, that we are the ones doing something wrong, then it calls for a huge question, a huge concern. And that is why I have said that given what I've talked about, and a lot more that that is we are going to be talking about, as far as I'm concerned, as it stands, there is no nation, there is no Nigeria, there is nothing, and that makes it, as a matter of fact, very important and inevitable right now that we begin to talk about the issue of this Nigeria as it is presently constituted. And for me, I believe very strongly that this country can no longer yoke together. A situation where some people have a right to kill others, and none of them is being brought to book. As we speak, there is no information anywhere that there's a Fulani herdsman that has been, prosecuted because of what they have done to Nigerians. And yet, tens of thousands of people have died. People are still dying. No issue of this insecurity is being addressed. And yet, this man stands here to vomit this nonsense he's vomiting. And yet, everybody is quiet. Even as I speak right now, I don't know how many more people will die in Plateau. I don't know how many people will die in Ondo. I don't know how many people will die in Edo State. And we are aware, he accepted that reprisal attacks by Fulani herdsmen is always going to come. People have warned Edo State, and this was directed to Edo State government. People have warned Edo State that what has happened in Uromi should wait for the reprisal attack. And as we speak, we are not aware that there is any preparation by this government to look after Edo State people and protect them. Because right now, the federal government of Nigeria is not protecting anybody in this country. And any government that fails to provide security for our people, that government already is non-existent. It's a failure. And to that extent, the Biafra question is a legitimate question. The Oduduwa question is a legitimate question. As we speak, groups in Yoruba land have started agitating for their own Oduduwa Republic. Groups in Igbo land, IPOB and others, have been agitating for which Mr. Kanu, Chief Kanu, or whatever his name is already incarcerated because of his agitation. But the truth is, has Nigeria done anything to prove Nnamdi Kanu wrong? No. Even while, many people who were patriotic tried to say Nnamdi Kanu should relax, today it is increasingly evident that everything that young man spoke to is a reality and it's coming to pass. And I dare say to Edo State, particularly young Edo State people who are on the internet space, yanking themselves off, destroying themselves with gossip and nonsense, to understand that there's a bigger picture that the Edo State needs to pay attention to. And that bigger picture is that the future of this country is already hanging in the balance. The fact that your brother may not have been killed, your uncle may not have been killed, your father may not have been killed, doesn't mean that people close to them and close to all of us are not yet victims. As a matter of fact, the fact that we are going to go hungry and our farmers are not going to have produce to bring to the market already means that we are all victims of this menace of insecurity, largely orchestrated by the Fulani herders, supported by those in government, including Governor of Bauchi State and many others, and the President of Nigeria. They are killing us. They are killing us. And I think from the way we are seeing it, because every day, images keep coming out of trailer loads of human beings from the north, from wherever, coming to Edo State, coming to Delta. Today you go to Edo State, a friend of mine just came back from Edo State, and he said that everywhere you go is Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani, everywhere. And the question is, what do they want? Don't they have their own space to exist? He said the way they are in Edo State, he said where they are in Delta, they are in every part of that country. Now the question is, what are they looking for? What are they looking for? It is increasingly looking clear, based on the words of this man, the Bauchi State Governor, and many others I've listened to in recent time, that there's a grand agenda. And that grand agenda takes my mind back to the warnings of Nnamdi Kanu when he was making his advocacy for self-determination for the Biafra people. Today, it is clearly clear that that young man, though incarcerated currently, was right about most of what he was talking about. And I think that it's important right now that those state people, Delta State people, they rise to the challenge to prepare for a future that is not yet known, but a future that is laden with fear, a future that's laden with insecurity, a future that is laden with death and destruction, to be orchestrated and executed by the Fulanis. We don't know how far they have gone, but they are the only ones who are allowed to carry guns freely along any part of Nigeria, and yet nobody can talk. They are the only ones who, when one of them become a victim of the frustration of the people, Nigeria must pay attention and pay them compensation, even though they are going to continue with reprisal attacks, as is currently happening in faraway Plateau, right there in the heart of Nigeria, and yet nobody is speaking to it. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody is declaring state of emergency on security. As far as Plateau is concerned, nobody. And those state government now, they are running to appease the Kano state government, Kano state people. They are running to appease the Hausas and the Fulanis, and yet we are still getting reports of people dying in our farms without security. Those that are not yet dead are afraid to go to their farms. I think we have to wake up. We must start calling a spade, and not just a working implement, because where we are right now, this is becoming more than frustrating, where you expect people in authority, like the Bauchi State Governor, to speak to the fact that it is not right to have these marauders. Now look, cattle business is a business. People who own cows should have to build ranches for their cows and buy food for them, buy hay for them. Nigeria has no, in fact, Nigeria has far less cow meat than we have in Europe. But I have lived in Europe for decades. I have not seen a cow alive anywhere in the streets of Europe. Anywhere. From Holland to Germany to Spain to the UK, nowhere. I don't see it. I don't see it. There are cow ranches everywhere. I drive through countryside where farmers produce hay to feed animals that we eventually consume. I don't see them live. They don't walk the streets of Europe. So for this man to start to say that they have a right to walk everywhere because it's their culture from Ghana, why don't you take them to Morocco, to Egypt, take them to Spain and walk the streets because they have the right to walk anywhere? And the reason why this is happening is because there's a place called Nigeria where the other part of Nigeria that are not Fulanis have been joined with the Fulanis. And so therefore, they group Nigeria together. Because if we had a Southern Nigeria or we had a Niger Delta state, that has no Fulani. You cannot stand here and say they have the right to walk into Niger Delta, a country because they are Fulanis and they can walk anywhere and take their cows anywhere. Instead of you people to start looking inwards, I understand that life has. We are in 2025 and we are no longer in 2037 or 20. In 1937 or 1928 or 1947. We are in 2025, and this is Edo State. As at just a couple of days back. That is Sapele Road, the heart of Benin City. And one governor will have the audacity to speak the way this man has spoken. Nigerians, I'm not going to belabor us too much with this, okay? But I think that even though the government of Nigeria is not declaring state of emergency on all of these issues, we as a people, it is time we start declaring state of emergency. Because what is coming to us, what we already envisage, what the body language of some of the leaders of the northern part of Nigeria, is saying, is that war is coming. And this war is going to bring death, it's going to bring destruction. The unfortunate part is that we don't seem to be prepared for it. And so therefore, when we are captured, it's going to be very devastating. We already see state capture in Nigeria evident in all of the trappings, everything that we can see around our country. Nigeria has been captured. There is the need for us now to take the bull by the horns and begin to rescue our own lands. If the government of Edo State and Delta State do not come up with a direct policy to say, no longer should we have, unguided cows in our farms. Whatever it is, I don't know. But I hear that the government of Edo State is going to pay ransom right now because of the people that were, gruesomely murdered by Uromi people. I want to appeal to the government of Edo State. While you guys are considering that, or you are doing that, or whatever it is, and all of that, it is your call to make. But also know that you have a role to protect the people of Edo State, and it must start. Because so long as these guys keep bringing fire to the streets of Edo State, to the bushes and the farmland of Edo State, there will be friction. They will still be killing our people. Because when I was growing up, herders used to only carry stakes. Now they are allowed to carry AK-47. Our farmers don't have guns. They are not licensed to have guns. In fact, if they find gun, with our farmers, they will arrest them. But the Fulani herders, they will protect them. In Nigeria, Nigeria does not exist. Nigeria does not exist. As presently constituted, Nigeria, with all due respect, is fake. It does not exist. It's a geographical arrangement to oppress and take the land of other people. That is what it is. That is the practicality of what this country is, they call Nigeria. And for many of us, we are tired. We are tired. Some of us have been to different other places. We know how things work in other places. We can feel the sense of nationhood in other places. I don't feel it in Nigeria. I don't feel any connection to any Fulani man. None at all. It doesn't feel like we are from the same country. None at all. They look, when I see a Fulani person, he looks like a complete stranger to me. I live in the UK currently. UK is made up of 4 very distinct nations, and yet from somebody from Northern Ireland to Scotland to Wales to England, you can see that these people have some common heritage. I've read British history in and out. There is a connection among these people. They can feel oneness when they have to. I can feel it in Nigeria. The only people that appear to feel a connection are those stealing from the coffers of this country. Those who call themselves leaders, from presidency to the National Assembly and all that. Those are the people who feel oneness. Even at that, we see them tear themselves apart. It shows that there's something fundamentally wrong with the constitution of this country called Nigeria. And that needs to be addressed. Have a northern Nigerian state that is made up of the Fulanis. I think that it is important we address this issue. Nigeria has signed up to the United Nations Charter, which recognizes freedom of self-determination. And I think right now, there is the need for us to start looking at that as an option. Because that is the only option that can bring security to the different parts of this country. We don't feel oneness. The report that we are getting everywhere is that Christians are being massacred in Plateau State on the religious line. I don't want to toe that line. These are human beings who have a right to life, who have a right to live, who have a right to happy existence and survival. But some people believe they are the ones who have the right to take these lives and destroy these lives and destroy everything thereof that belongs to them. That is what we have of this country called Nigeria. And yet, we have been keeping quiet. It is like business as usual. How many more people will have to die because people like Bauchi State Governor and other northern governors get to understand that enough is enough? Why we are crying that they are not even speaking well enough? They are sending Nigerian soldiers to go and confront terrorists and give information to terrorists to kill Nigerian soldiers.
Better for army.
That is what we saw.
It cannot better for army. This is where army don't do us. You know what better for them? Army don't sell us finish. See where they attack us. They ambush us. Army no go better for them. No go better for them at all. Anyway, army suffer us. Army suffer us. It cannot better for them. It cannot better for army. Army don't suffer us finish.
Apparently, these are Nigerians sent to go and fight terrorists, but certain human beings within the army ranks, as alleged by whoever was speaking here, shows that these guys were ambushed. They were sent into the enemy's den. They were killed. They were destroyed. But the same army structure is being accused and fingered in this. I'm not surprised. It's not the first time we are seeing something like this. And the other day they were saying that Igbos are not enlisting in the Nigerian army. How will they do that? As a matter of fact, I think that it's time that the people begin to take some laws into their own hands to fashion a way forward for themselves. The advocacy is that we must discuss a reconstitution of this Nigeria. I am not from Gambia. I am not from Chad Republic. I am not from Niger. I am not from any of those places where Fulanis hold sway. I am supposed to peacefully live with my people and the people I have ancestral connection with. Not those who will come from foreign lands and the Bauchi State Governor said they have a right to come in and dwell in Nigeria and kill us and take our land from us. And we'll be quiet. I don't know where this happened. This is the video I'm going to play. I feel sorry for the situation. I don't know where it happened, but believe me, when you chase a goat to the wall and it's got no escape routes, it probably will find a way to survive. And I think that's what this video is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know where this happened. Apparently, what we are seeing here is that a lot of cows, are lying dead. Apparently, it is looking like, where it happened, the people probably may have poisoned, the grass is there. They may have done anything, whatever they did, to ensure that these cows eat and die. And before this would have happened, these people here may have already had a history where they have died in the hands of Fulani herdsmen. They may have a history where they have been greatly punished and they had nothing to resort to than to poison the grasses and all of that. This again speaks to the fact that Fulanis don't own the land in Nigeria. Fulani can decide to do whatever they want to do in the states where they come from. But forcing themselves, and with the government of Nigeria, components of Nigeria agreeing that they can come and do anything that they would, is against the rule of the game. If we must be a Nigeria, we must be a country, let us be a country indeed. If we must not be forced to yoke together. I have no relationship with a Fulani, with any Fulani. I have none. I am from Edo State. No ancestral, no historical, no relationship whatsoever. Why will I not bear the torment of Fulanis? If we must yoke together to protect each other, to fend for each other, to defend each other, and call ourselves a nation, let us do it in truth and in spirit. If that is not happening, therefore, Edo State now and Delta State and all of the other states must begin to think of where their alliance really lie. Because if we do not protect ourselves, if we cannot protect ourselves, if we cannot defend ourselves, if we cannot do what is right for us to defend the future of the children we are giving birth to defend the future of generation, one day we shall wake up to see that everybody has been consumed by these people that are coming to our lands in their numbers, because the only aim they have is to surpass us in number, to be prepared, and one day they will strike and we'll find out that we have become a minority even in our land. Historically, it has happened before. The story of Madame Fodio and all of that, they are still there. They are no. So, and even the Baptist government has spoken to that. He has spoken to that. He has come out to let us know that these guys, they must maroon wherever they like as far as this country is concerned. We only have to appeal to them, not to kill us. That's what he came out to say. And that's unacceptable in Edo State. It's been unacceptable in the East. It's unacceptable everywhere. As a matter of fact, as we speak, the Yorubas are beginning to themselves ask for self-determination. You can see that here. I came to the Yoruba nation wants self-determination, not restructuring. The Yorubas are beginning to wake up. I listened to an interview on Arise TV the other day where one of the speakers of the Yoruba, whatever, people's Congress, whatever it is, was saying that Tinubu can do whatever he likes. The Yorubas want their own. As a matter of fact, a few days ago, I saw a video on Arise television where a Yoruba Duduwa flag was raised in Lagos. And a lot of questions was being asked. Some outside, scholars have come out that they don't have any obligation to one Nigeria. Like that's it there. Uromi Massacre, concerned Northerners question Nigeria's unity, say not under obligation to sustain union. So what are we waiting for? If the Igbos have said they are tired, majority of Igbos said they want Biafra, they are tired. We are forcing them to stay in this union called Nigeria. They have said they are tired. Ojukwu said so. They have kept that in mind. The later generation, led by Nnamdi Kanu, have not come out to say, man, they don't want to be part of this Nigeria. This what's it called? A country right now that is just very one-sided. The Yorubas right now are raising their voice to say they don't want a one Nigeria. Edo Delta. If it's set, where are you guys? I think that's a conversation we shall begin to have. Some people already in this part are beginning to say they want the United Kingdom of Great Benin, where people will have proper, ancestral history together. We come together and form a nation of ourselves. Because right now, what we have as present constituted as Nigeria cannot stand. That stayed this long is even a miracle. But the future of this, I can see it that is very near. And what is going to end it is the high level of corruption, lack of trust, and this unbearable level of insecurity that is highly one-sided, perpetuated largely by the Fulanis. Through their herdsmen, through their Boko Haram, through their terrorists. Fellow Nigerians, this is just my launch into this arrangement. But I'm going to stay on this matter I'm going to be talking about this matter because the truth has to be told. I have been a proponent of Nigeria, but I think that it's a proper waste of time. There are others who are in authority who don't see a Nigeria. They see a Fulani nation dominating every aspect of this country. We must start speaking the truth and speaking to it the way it is. And I want to advise the governor and the government of Edo State. If there is one favor you must do to us as Edo State people, Governor Okpebholo, if there's one favor you must do, it is to prepare us for an inevitable future that appears to be coming. It is to call all the families that have lost loved ones to Fulani headers and give them the same treatment you are giving to Kano state government right now. Give them compensation, give them assurances, give them protection, secure Edo State for us, secure our farmlands, give them security. And the only way to do it is to ensure that there's an arrangement in place where cows will not be marauding the land of Edo State like we are seeing currently. Where cows will not take over the streets of Edo State. Where cows will not be primary citizens before Edo State people. Edo State people, my name is Comrade Lamte Okponso Ariaki. Please, I'll come your way again on this subject matter, hopefully. Bye for now. If you can share the broadcast, I will appreciate it. But this is Edo State.
Cow. This is Sapler Road. They go small.
Look at it.
Oh boy, see cow. This is Sapler Road here. See cow.
This is it.
Cow is Sapler Road.
And you want to call
Jesus Christ. Look at.
You think it's a Benin person that is heading this cow? It's not. It's a Fulani person that's heading this cow. Right in the heart of Benin City, look at cows. These things need to be in their own ranches. They need to buy and prepare hay for them. If they want to buy land in Edo State, in the forest and all of that, fence it around, put their cows in there and prepare hay for them. That probably would be a better arrangement. But to accept that they have a right to move from left to right, not to anywhere, and kill the people who own the farms, destroy their farm produce, destroy everything, and it's acceptable to you, Mr. Governor, and to other people, it is no longer acceptable, and we are going to be speaking to it vehemently. God bless you, Nigerians. God bless you, Edo State people. If there will be a Nigeria, we will still keep upholding it. But from the way it is right now, it doesn't seem that we are ready to have a Nigeria. And that is how it is as presently constituted and as presently run. May God bless you. I'll come your way again. Bye.